Way! Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Nat One, While Beyond the Witchlight. It's Monday. It's Monday bloody night. You know what that means? Oh, there's a really loud insect on Sirenscape. But anyway, if my microphone isn't right good today, then please let me know. Cadence, if you're listening, please tell me about my mic quality. It might be a bit of a doozy tonight. But anyway, so last we left off, we were at Zybilna's home of the Lost, or the Lost and Orphaned for long, the Lost for short, where the party stumbled upon a new character, an Eladrin called Aerith, who is one of the Eladrins who shares responsibility of looking after these kids at Zybilna's home of the Lost. Before that, though, they spotted a trail of footsteps, rather large indeed. Footsteps 3 feet long, in fact. Footsteps that could look like they belong to something that flies, and it's rather large. A bloody dragon. So, surprise, surprise. Oh, hi, Cadence, if that's you. Will you let us know how my microphone is before I continue, because I have had to adjust it. As Holland, aka Lauren, is here at my house. If it's not Cade, will you just, anyone else, just let me know. But anyway, so, we are here. Aerith has just informed Archie and Flopsy mainly about the fact that she had a patron, Zybilna. Has a patron, Zybilna, but her powers don't seem to be connecting anymore. And the most she can do is flick a little pebble across with telepathic magic. Holland and Clapperclaw buggered off to bounce around for a bit because Clapperclaw were hearing just so much of the word Scabatha being said about the place. It weren't, it weren't nice for him to hear it, to be honest. And so he went off and he opened up to Holland and said about the fact that he tried his best to build some toys, but he just couldn't do it properly. And you know, you can presume from that he got, you know, that's why he's a scarecrow. So anyway, over to you guys. You're still at the home. Archie and Flopsy are with Aerith. Holland's with Clapperclaw. Let's go over to Holland and... Aerith, Flopsy and Archie.
Yeah, as I was saying before, Zybilna is no longer with me. I cannot feel them. And you guys seem like you know more about what's going on than I do.
Well, Zybilna is a name that has come up quite frequently recently for us. There's quite a few people that we've met along the way that seem to have lost her as well. I don't quite know where she is or what's happened to her, but it seems to be all related to these hags taking over. I mean, we're on our way to, well, not directly, but towards Scabatha Nightshade's house, so maybe we could get some answers from her.
Yes, that would be nice. Do it, but looks like I might have to leave the children for some time. If you'll have me, of course.
You're welcome to come along with us.
The more the merrier. We've run into some trouble along the way, so any helpful hands are very much appreciated.
What exactly do your helpful hands do?
She cracks her neck a little bit and smiles. And she says, well, I'm glad you asked. And she looks like over to the fountain just to make sure the kids can't actually see. Backs up a couple of feet, and then she touches the box on her neck, and all you see is like a flash of light and a sword and a long sword and a shield appear into her hand. And she's like, "This item is magically attuned to me. I taught myself how to fight with a martial weapon, so I can be useful despite not having access to any of my patrons' magic."
Flopsy's just staring, like, eyes wide. Wow, that all fits in that tiny box.
Yes. I'm not quite sure of the semantics of it, but I didn't really question it. And she like claps them back together and it condenses back down into the cube.
Well, I wouldn't question it too hard. It looks very helpful. I suppose we could really use someone with that kind of skill set. I mean, Archie, you're very good at shooting things from afar, and Holland is, as regrettably as I have to say it, Holland is very good at hitting things up close, but he's quite young and rash sometimes. So maybe someone a bit more cool and collected, and not Holland could run into danger close up.
When you look over at Holland and Clapperclaw, you see Clapperclaw's like hugging him really tightly. You see a little glow coming from between Clapperclaw and Holland's chest.
Aerith, could I ask you a question? It might seem a little strange.
She smiles at you. Yes, of course. What is it?
Well, I've noticed in this, quite frankly, marvelous place, you have all of the weapons tucked away, and you protect the children very well from a lot of external things, whether they're weapons or just simply knowledge of what's happening. Do you have any restrictions on magic within this area? He kind of glances back over to Holland to see how the glow is glowing.
Yes, we typically try to avoid magic, especially around the children. They have not been trained properly, and if it goes unchecked, it could get people hurt. So we restrict that kind of thing usually.
All magic? Or just magic that could hurt someone?
Well, me and the other Eladrin, we use magic, but we typically restrict the kids from using it.
And you don't use it in front of the children as much?
No, not combat spells. I mean, we use simple ones like, ones that can create food and water and harmless things like that. But as far as like shooting flames and all that whimsical stuff, we don't really do that around the kids.
Well, speaking of whimsical, sometimes Holland, and I hope this doesn't alarm you in any way, but sometimes Holland has quite a lot of magical energy buzzing in him, and Flopsy's like giving side-eye glances, but back towards Holland to make sure nothing's happening. Occasionally, some things just seem to happen around him. It's not totally beyond his control. I don't think. I've never really explored it with him, to be honest. But so some things just do tend to happen around Holland. Are Holland and Clapperclaw still glowing?
Whilst they hug you.
Let's see.
I just wouldn't want
Well,
anything to alarm you, if it were to happen.
No, you're all right. If anything were to happen, I rest assured, me and my coworkers have it under control.
Well, I think what Flopsy meant when we're knocking about the Feywild, be aware that, like, sometimes Holland might cast a spell, to make a flower grow or something, and then, 5 minutes later, something weird, magical happens around him that he didn't intend. And sometimes it's, good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's like neither good nor bad, but it's like somewhere in the middle. And he doesn't mean to do that, and so if he does anything like that that ends up, spooking you, it's just a heads up.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Holland spooking me. I've seen my share of things, but they are children, and I will love them all the same and nurture them as best as I can.
Well, one thing in the way of caring for the both of them, we've seen quite a bit from Clapperclaw recently of things that have happened in his past. He's kind of a new friend for us, but I think we're getting to know him fast. There's quite a few things that scare him. I don't know what kind of things you can do. I mean, if Zybilna isn't giving you powers right now, then I suppose magic isn't of the most pressing matter. But if you have anything thunder related, I know there are quite a few thunder spells. I would kindly ask you don't do them in front of Clapperclaw. And the other thing is we should probably come up with a way of talking about Scabatha without actually mentioning her name. Because I know he doesn't really have an expressive face as much, but you've all seen how it dips whenever we mention her name.
Well, what if we come up with a funny word, one that might make him giggle instead?
I think that's a kind of a fantastic idea. I wouldn't want to confuse him too much, but I'd rather him be smiling than scared.
I don't, well, kind of disagree with you, Flopsy. I don't really think we should hide our emotions, or like if we're feeling something, we should just shift to something else because we don't like that emotion. I think we should just let ourselves feel it. And if we don't like what we're feeling, obviously you don't want to feel that way, but if that's how you feel, it's how you feel, and running from it, it's not going to get you very far. You'll just run backwards.
Well, that does make a bit of sense, but what does running into it get you?
Nothing. You don't need to run anywhere. You just exist in that space. And when you're ready to come out of it, you do.
I think that sitting within that space is... If it gets you nowhere, then you may as well come out when you can. If you can't, then that's fine. There's things to do then. But if there's a way to experience something better, then I would always try to do that.
And what's better than what's real?
I wouldn't argue that smiling isn't real. If
Yeah,
you're
but if
feeling
you're,
sad and somebody could cheer you up, it's not exactly fake to be able to laugh after you've cried.
No, that's true. I just think a word that, makes him feel better. I don't think you could invent such a word, and if you could, well, it would only make him feel better because he was ready to feel better, right? He cries until, and, cries and sort of ignores you, and then when he's finally ready to smile, that's when he listens to the funny word, after his emotions.
Well, I suppose our goal with this would be that he never has to feel those emotions, from us at least. I mean, if he confronts something that reminds him of Scabatha, then yes, we'll try and cheer him up and guide him through then, but there's no need in unnecessarily reminding him of it.
Well, we can
Well,
agree on that.
might I add a suggestion?
Sure.
Sure, let's hear it out.
Until we defeat Scabatha or, do what's necessary to protect the children. What if we call her something funny like Tinky Winky?
Slabatha.
No, like Tinky Winky or something like that.
Well, both are fantastic ideas. Slabatha, now, Archie, I think it's a great idea, but it sounds a little bit too close to Scabatha, and
Oh, right.
I mean, if somebody were to mumble it, maybe he would hear it wrong, and
wait, I got one. What about Big Bertha?
Big
See, that made you smile.
Well, I'll go down the list. We have Tinky Winky or Big Bertha. Now, Aerith, I don't mean to put any reasonings in your head for coming out with the name, but I don't like the idea of Clapperclaw saying Tinky Winky. It sounds a bit too near the knuckle for me. Already tried to get away with saying swear words, and I think it's just a little bit, it could be misconstrued.
It's true, and it gives him a free pass.
I didn't even think about that. Okay, well,
Aerith is so innocent looking right now, like, aww.
And Big Bertha, I do like the alliteration. Now, are we using this name derisively, or is this a fun thing? I wouldn't want to make it sound like we're calling something bad big, or something big bad.
Well, what if we call her Snuffles?
Well, it's got to make sense at least. What does she snuffle?
I mean, it doesn't have to make. It doesn't have to make sense. It sounds funny, and it made me giggle a little bit.
It kind of made me giggle as well, but so did Big Bertha.
We should all know who we're talking about, because like if you say Snuffles, that's a cute nickname. Like if you like someone. I used to call Vanellope Truffles sometimes. She didn't really like it, so I stopped. But it's like a cute thing to call someone. You don't want to call her something cute.
Aerith, you hear in your head via message from Flopsy. Oh, we won't use the Snuffles idea. I same with Clapperclaw. I don't want Archie to be brought back to Vanellope thinking. I'll explain later. It happened before we met you. Well, this is out loud, not just in your head, Aerith. We have quite a few ideas. I suppose I should offer one of my own.
Oh, yeah.
We have Big Bertha. We have Tinky Winky. I was thinking of that word that... You remember when we first met, Archie?
Yeah.
It tickled me quite a bit, so I've remembered it for a while. When you were talking about good friends being able to show you the way.
If you need someone to show you the way... No, wait. Something about having a bad day? I don't remember exactly what I said. You say it for me.
I don't remember your line exactly, but I do remember that you called them a chickamoo.
That's true, but
Was it,
Did we
if
really?
you're ever feeling blue, you can always rely on a chickamoo? I can't remember.
Probably. Yeah, probably that one.
Well,
yeah.
I think that word sounds quite nice. I associate it with friends. Maybe we can transfer that to Clapperclaw, and we don't have to mention Scabatha anymore. We'll all know our little code word. We could use
I
Big Bertha instead, or
I
have a
like
vote.
chicken. Well, I rather like chicken.
What say you, Archie?
Hmm. Well, I mean, it's probably like, I mean, I said it 3 days ago, so it's probably like really well known around thither now. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if we say Chickaroo, and then everyone thinks, oh, well, you can't be talking about Scabatha because you'd never call Scabatha that. It's like an ingenious idea.
Exactly. So no one will be able to know what our plan is. And that's good for Clapperclaw, but it's also good in case Scabatha has any, minions lying around. I know the red caps don't really seem to report back to her at any rate, but maybe some people do.
Oh,
We
yeah.
probably shouldn't really be caught talking about her so openly in public.
That's a very good point.
Well, we should probably check in and see how Clapperclaw's doing. He didn't look so happy before, but he seems to have cheered up a bit now.
Yeah, but just remember, if he acts like he was always okay, then he just was. And he thumbs up.
Got it. Flopsy thumbs up, Archie.
Meanwhile,
Yes, we.
Clapperclaw and Holland are having a little snuggle, and yeah, they sort of like pull apart, and he's looking at you, Holland. He feels a little bit better for some reason.
You okay now, buddy? Buddy?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what it was, but there's something like kind of warm about when you're hugging me. Feels really nice. Like much nicer than any other hugs, but maybe that's because I can't remember any other hugs.
Oh, well, you can have as many as you want. That's the Holland guarantee.
Alright, well, whenever I feel like I'm, need a hug, then I'm just gonna come to you, alright? Or maybe Flopsy. I mean, my dad. It feels weird to say that.
Well, I mean, if it works, it works. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is your dad.
Do you think?
Yeah. He's everyone's dad, even Archie's dad, but she, would never say that.
Oh, they're looking at us. Hi.
He's gonna walk over really sheepishly.
Oh,
Hello
there.
Look who it is. If it isn't Clapperclaw in the fuzz. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm alright. I just had a little hug with Holland, and now I feel better, and I am full of ham and jam, so I feel double better.
And how are you, Holland? Because there's no reason why I would just ask Clapperclaw. I was asking it to both of you, because, I just want to know how both of you are doing. And it's not that I thought someone was upset or anything. It's just that. Hello, how are you, Holland?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of hungry still, but so, other than that.
You still hungry? Even after all that lasagna?
Oh, I could eat another pint of it.
I don't think they measure lasagna in pints, but there was quite a
No,
bit.
I think they do, Flopsy.
Well, you are the lasagna expert. I suppose they do measure it in pints. We measure solid food in pints now. That's... well, we did make quite a considerable amount of food if you wanted more of the lasagna or the sweet treats.
Ooh, you hear that? You hear that, Claw? We're gonna get some sweet treats.
I love sweet treats. That's my favourite things.
Do you still have some more room in your stuffing?
There's always room in my stuffing.
He like opens his jacket up, and you can see he's got this like cavernous sort of space there.
It's a bag of Holland.
Okay, that's our new mission. You ready to sneak? I'm gonna scuffle up as much as we can.
All right. Well, wouldn't it be bad to take things from these kids?
Well, we're taking leftovers. It's already over, isn't it?
I don't know.
He's going to peek round the side of this thing and look at the leftovers that are... Like, there are scraps of things there, but not much. It's mostly like healthy food.
I hope they're not planning on stealing something.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh.
I have a plan. And Holland will scoot back over to Flopsy. Do you think you could make a batch of cupcakes specially for us to steal?
How long do you reckon you could hold Clapperclaw off while you prepare to be thieves?
I can tell him we need to search the perimeter again.
I wouldn't want to make a pithy little batch, so yes, the whole perimeter will do. Don't come in too early.
Okay. Okay, I have some intel from the kitchen that there is some cupcakes unattended, but first we gotta do a sweep of the area.
Right. I'll be the scout. And wait, do you want to be shall we be a scout together?
Yeah, we can be scouts with 2 S's.
All right. I'll take the bridge.
He's going to like sneak his way up there. Woo. Let's roll in
Flopsy's going to turn to Aerith and Archie. Right, well, ladies, we have a mission. He cracks his knuckles. I have some cupcakes to bake. Archie, Aerith, Holland and Clapperclaw are going to try and steal them from me. The secret is I'm going to let them. The other secret on top of that secret is I'm not going to make it easy for them. Archie, you're quite good at... Well, I know you're quite good at shooting things, and I've seen you disarm a few traps in the past. Are you good at setting them?
I could try. I mean, of course I am. What are you even saying? Of course I'm good at setting traps.
I knew you would be, that's why I asked. Aerith, do you have any experience in trap setting or subterfuge?
No, I'm not very stealthy.
Well, you could always help me bake, and you could be my lookout for Clapperclaw and Holland, because if they arrive early, they could ruin the whole thing. I think the 3 of us together, we should make cakes for them to steal, but in the spirit of cheering him up, make him feel as if he's actually earning it, in a way. Just, I feel the need to say this, even though it's fairly obvious. Non-hurtful traps, Archie, fun ones. Maybe like confetti and arms or something.
Actually, he was setting a bear trap as you were saying this. Just looks at you. Oh, all right then. Puts the bear trap away.
Yes, if you have any
Aerith
traps
kinda
that... sorry, what was that, Aerith?
Aerith kind of looks at that like, did he really just set a bear, or did she really just set a bear trap in this place? How does she get that past security?
Well, she has her ways.
Maybe if you have one of those that isn't so sharp and is more sparkly and soft and fun. But I like the
a
thinking.
bear jazzle trap.
Oh, do you have one of those?
A bear jazzle trap.
A bear jazzle trap, yes.
No, I don't. I don't have. No, unfortunately
Nearby
not.
Dumbayak, that would have been good. Either way, I'll let you plan. I need to start getting cooking. The batter's not going to mix itself. Flopsy speeds along to the kitchen.
All right, so you make your way to the kitchen. As you get to the kitchen, you literally can see fucking Clapperclaw sneaking by all the kids, but like they all look around at him because he's very plainly obvious as he's moving towards the fucking bridge area. They don't care what he's doing. They just like eating sandwiches and just looking around like, okay.
I just imagine him fully like Scooby-Doo sneaking behind everyone with his massive claws.
Oh, bless him.
When I get into the kitchen, I'm going to turn to Aerith, and if Archie comes along to the kitchen, to Archie as well. Where's Archie at the minute?
Oh, Archie's. I thought you wanted me to set up a trap.
They're stealing it from the kitchen, so Flopsy just meant set up traps around the kitchen, like around the cupcakes.
Oh, okay. Yep, okay.
When we get in there, Flopsy's going to turn after seeing Clapperclaw fumble his way around. Just remember to make all of the traps incredibly easy to bypass.
Oh,
no,
right.
no. The opposite of that, actually. I mean,
I don't know why I thought it would be lethal. That was my bad.
I think it would be good if we could have a few that Clapperclaw could walk past. You know, like how when there's a load of tripwires around and people can jump and bend and flip around them without touching them. If we could do that, but simple, so Clapperclaw can get his claws around it, that would be quite fun. But it would also be good if we could have one that does go off, just to give him a little bit of a surprise.
Well, I'll probably need your help with anything that involves, like, tying knots.
Oh, yes. Flopsy's started making the cupcakes, by the way, while he's chatting. Anything you need, just let me know. Won't have a lot of time to take focus away from this, but I can tie knots while doing this.
Wait, Aerith, do you know how to tie knots?
Yes, I do.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I untied my shoelace like earlier today. Do you think you can tie that? And also, I'm gonna need some supplies. I've got 50 feet of hempen rope in my bag, which I always carry with me for some reason. I don't know how to tie it though. Oh no, wait, I don't. I think I wrapped a evil gnome in rope and threw him into a river. So I don't have any rope, so I'll need some rope. I'll also need a rake, and I'll also need a shovel, and maybe like some leaves, if you've got any. Do you have any leaves?
Yes, we have leaves, and Aerith kind of points to her hair a little bit.
Okay, brilliant. So the first thing we're gonna do, and I'll need your help on this, is we're gonna like tie ropes all around this doorway so that it's completely impossible to get through.
I thought the entire point was for them to be able to get through it.
Right. Impossible to get through unless she happens to have, like, a pair of claws that are pretty good at snipping things.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're very clever, Archie.
Exactly. Archie looks a bit proud at being called clever. Well, so we do that, and then what we want to do is we want to put a rake down, and if they step on the rake, it goes "Fwah!" and she like does a motion of like slapping herself in the face. It hits them in the face.
Oh, you don't think that might be a little too dangerous?
Well, we could like tie some cloth around the end of the rope if you wanted. Give him a bit of padding, but you know, it's not lethal.
Flopsy?
I really like the idea and the energy, but what about? I'm busy whipping these up, but if we had some cream that we could whip, we could chop the rake's handle off and replace the top of the handle with a plate of cream to have them in the
Flopsy,
face.
you just reminded me of something. All right, something I remember from when I was in the carnival is there was this like cupcake stand, and there was this guy, and he was like, "Oh, eat all these cupcakes," and then if you didn't eat enough cupcakes, you'd get like custard all over you. I'm thinking maybe you could like whip up a batch of custard, and after they like think, "Oh, we're so clever, we managed to snip through these ropes," they open the door and they get custarded.
Oh, I also have a suggestion for a cute little prank. What if we put a bucket of water on top of the door, and they get drenched when they walk in?
That's just what I said, but with water instead of custard.
Oh,
But it's still a good idea.
Meanwhile,
Flopsy kind of turns his head towards Aerith and Archie, and with a slight tear in his eye, will smile and nod at the idea. I can make some custard.
Meanwhile, up on the bridge, Clapperclaw, looking down at Holland. Where are you, Holland? Looking... Where?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I bloody would.
I'm not on the map, so who knows where I am?
You're around here, you know the bloody fountain.
Where I was. Who'd have thought it?
Hey. He's going to come up round here. Hey. He's going to meet you in the tree bit. He's going to go...
Alright, I think that one of us should go and see what they're doing so that we could see what kind of like traps they're setting, and I think you should go and listen in to their plans, and I'll keep an eye out on here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Alright, I'm gonna watch really stealthy like from this bridge.
And as soon as he like stands on the bridge, he's like doof doof doof.
Holland will make his way to the kitchen.
Alright, roll a stealth. It'll be against everyone's passive perceptions.
You've got to beat 20.
Could I do a performance instead? Because I'm just trying to make it look like I'm sneaking.
Absolutely.
What is it, Steve? Yeah, he's just gonna go, like, in the same way that Clapperclaw was, like, cartoonishly tiptoeing over here. He's gonna tiptoe along up through and, like, pretend to be, like, peering in around the doorway kind of thing. And then he, like, meets Archie's eyes and is like, "Oh, hey, I sure hope there's no cupcakes in here for me to sniff out."
Listen, bucko, you are being real cheeky by sneaking around without like an invisibility cloak.
Oh, Oh, I do have one going spare.
Well, I happen to have one, but I don't really want to switch sides right now.
We could give you a share of the cupcakes.
Share the cupcakes. Oh, what I wouldn't do for a share of the cupcakes. Oh, but I already gave Flopsy my word. And that's one thing I wouldn't do for a share of the cupcakes.
Rats. What am I gonna
Rats?
do?
Where? Flopsy, there's rats in here. Holland's here, by the way.
Flopsy immediately grabs all of the ingredients that are in front of him and jumps up onto the counter. Hi, Holland. Where are the rats? Pests? Where?
And as you say that,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, Aerith, as you say, like, Holland's here, Aerith freezes into like a mime position with a smile on her face.
Oh, I'm just running some looking.
I think you're looking for the word reconnaissance, Holland, and he taps his nose.
I am doing the Renaissance.
That's it.
Nothing to see here. And then he turns around.
You're darn right.
Lauren does like a thumbs up. As if it's going perfectly well and no one's seen it.
Clapperclaw's gonna thumbs up from the bridge.
Flopsy's gonna take out a batch of cupcakes and plop them on a cooling tray and place them on like a table dead in the center of the kitchen, as if they've totally not been arranged. They're just going to be laid out perfectly enticingly. The center one, he's going to write in icing Clapperclaws, and then on every single other cupcake he writes not Clapperclaws.
Oh, Renaissance received. I am a go. And off he goes up the bridge.
Quickly, we need to set up those traps.
Hi, Holland. What's the 732?
The scoop.
Yeah,
if you will.
what's the ice cream spoon?
Well, the spoon is that there's some delightful looking cupcakes just in the center of the room.
Just right there, without anybody keeping an eye on them?
No, I think that's like the perfect opportunity. They're all down here talking and whatever.
Wow, what dumbasses. See, Dad's not around for me to tell me off for saying those kind of things. Shall we swear whilst he's not here?
Ooh, I don't know. Do you think he can like? I feel like he can always hear us.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. But he seems to always know when I've done bad things.
Well,
You're like, Holland, where'd you get that bike? And he'll know I stole it.
oh. Well, well, maybe that's because the bikes just appear out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I bet anything that those cupcakes aren't shit.
It.
Oh my! You said it as well. I dare you to say it 3 times in a row.
I don't know if I can.
Shit.
Shit.
I'm gonna sneeze and say it this time. Shit. All right, let's go.
Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-da. He's gonna hide behind the buckets of fucking apples and shit. He's gonna roll that snake.
Will we all hear this?
Oh, you got a nat 20. You don't hear shit.
Well, hold your horses. We 15.
As it happens, I hear Holland.
Yeah, Holland's ears are just sticking up out where the window is. He thinks he's crouched down.
All right, I'm ready to go in. Do 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 do.
Right, you're not gonna hear Clapperclaw at all. He's gonna peek round the door. Archie, you're already alerted to the door.
There's ropes covering the door.
I turn over to Holland, and I'm like,
Holland, it seems that they're thinking that they're real smart by having this rope in the way, but guess what?
and he makes this little snippety hand motion with his claws, and he's gonna just gracefully chop them so that they fall soundlessly to the ground. Is everyone like hiding in the kitchen?
Yeah, Flopsy would have tried to hide.
Because I was just looking at Archie right in the doorway there, just thinking, what?
Yeah, no, Archie's stood around, like looking around, like pretending she's some sort of guard, but she's not actually going to stop them.
Yeah, okay.
She's pretending like she can't see them. She actually can't see Clapperclaw, but she's pretending she can't see Holland.
Alright, okay. Alright. So when you're like looking around, like you sort of turn your back, look into the kitchen and then turn it all around again to look to your left rather than your right. Clapperclaw sneaks past your right, and he's gonna like just sneak amongst your what?
There's a bucket of custard above the door.
Oh, he's gonna make a dex save. Oh hoy. Let's have a look here.
See him get a nat 20 again.
Oh, he gets a 4. Okay, so as he's walking, he pushes the door open after chopping up the things. As soon as he pushes the door open, a bucket of custard comes flopping right down on his head. It does. Oh, it does. It clatters onto his antlers and everything, right? Spinning around in a little circle, and he gets absolutely covered in custard. It goes all in his eye holes, all inside his skull and everything. And he goes, I bet this is like the starter. He turns to Holland and says it out loud in front of everyone.
Hey, no fair. How come you're getting extra?
You can have some if you want it.
And he's just gonna wipe some with his claws and like flick it in your mouth.
And he's just like, Yeah. Like it's a lollipop or something.
Oh yeah.
That's the noise you make when you lick a lollipop.
How very kind of them to let us have some custard straight away. Anyway, Holland, I've spied... He's literally saying this directly next to Archie, pretending she's not there. I think I might have spied the cupcakes. They're over there on that table, and it says on it some words. I don't know what it says. You're going to have to come read it for me.
Well, okie dokie. Let's go have a gander. Whoops, I just stepped on nothing.
She's still pretending that she didn't feel that.
Now let's see. Oh, well, what do you know? There's one here that says Clapperclaw, and the rest of them say not for Clapperclaw.
Well, it wouldn't be stealing if I took the one with my name on it, so I guess you have to steal that one whilst I'm not looking. But I'm going to steal all these rest of them. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
And he's going to scoop them all into his jacket until he's like a big puffed up, like, big, like, sort of, looks like he's wearing a life jacket.
I got the goods.
Oh, and hey, look, there's a unicorn out that window.
Whoa! I love unicorns.
He goes to have a look at it.
As soon as he turns back around, the Clapperclaw cupcake is gone, and there's a suspicious trail of cupcake crumbs around Owen's mouth.
Ooh. He goes,
Oh, Holland, there was another. Oh,
he like pops his claw against his nose. He's like, "Oh, hee."
I see what you're doing there.
It was a clever bit of misdirection.
Well, it seems that I might have gathered up. Oh, I've done such a good job here on my own without anybody helping me steal nothing. I've been just doing this because I'm the only criminal here. Because I'm just saying that, Holland, because I don't want to implicate you in any of the crimes that I am committing right now. But anyway, whoa, it looks like we've finished my stealing. Let's get out of here, invisible accomplice.
He's just gonna scoot on down, turn around this corner, and he's gonna be like,
Can you believe that? They didn't even see us.
We were so sneaky, I didn't even know we had it in us.
Were they really that stupid? I mean, come on. Like, I've seen them, like, you know, see things that are hidden in the bushes and stuff, and I thought, was I really that good?
Well, I think that Archie can't see past all that color in her eyes. It, like, clogs up her vision.
Oh, that's probably it.
he's just gonna take out some of the cupcakes and just start scranning right there. He looks very happy, and he looks very distracted from previous sadness he was feeling.
Flopsy's going to go up to the counter and pick up two prepared bowls of leftover custard. I have a little idea. I'll be back in just a minute. Well, somebody will be back in a minute. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to purposefully make my footsteps quite loud so that they don't get startled while eating cupcakes. But I'm going to go towards Clapperclaw and Holland.
I can hear someone coming. Quick, press against this wall.
I can't whistle, so I've just got Flopsy whistles. I assume I can see them.
You're clear as day.
Right. Just the two people I was looking for. Right. You wouldn't believe this, but I was in there making another fresh batch of cupcakes and, well, somebody pilfered the lot of them. They're all gone.
Oh no, I wonder who that might have been, he says with loads of cupcake icing around his mouth.
Well, sadly enough, Clapperclaw, one of them was specifically for you. So, I've narrowed it down. There were two people within the kitchen with me while I made them, and nobody seemed to have entered. Nobody else seemed to have left. So, since they were your cupcakes that have been stolen, I think justice is yours to serve. I'm going to present the custard, one to Holland, one to Clapperclaw. Both Aerith and Archie are the thieves of the cupcakes, I believe.
Well, it looks
you know what to do.
Looks like we have to do some justice on them, Holland.
I think they've got it coming, honestly. I don't know who would do such a thing.
All right. Well, we got a mission. Let's go.
He's hiding the ball behind his back as he walks in. And
when you enter, you see Archie's literally as soon as you left, she ran over to the window to see if there really was a unicorn, and she's still sort of looking for it.
Oh, that's well cute.
Aerith is still in her mind position.
Hey, I'm gonna sneak up behind Archie.
Holland, get into position.
As you approach Aerith, Holland, she looks at you and she gives you a very coy smile and winks, and then just continues standing there.
Hey, did you see the unicorn over there?
Unicorn, where? And she goes,
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
We just throw it over.
Gotcha, guys.
Clapperclaw, did you just custard me?
No, what are you talking
What
about? I don't know what you're meaning. I just was standing here and I saw this bowl of custard come flying up into the air all by itself, and I was like, whoa, trying to stop it from landing on you, and oh, look what happened. Whoa.
Archie's gonna roll an insight on that one.
He's lying.
Clapperclaw. That's the most unlikely story I've ever heard. Oh, now I got custard all over me.
Well,
you know what I think?
so does she have custard on her too. I couldn't have done that. She was standing all the way over there.
Can I see Holland?
Yeah, I'm just stood there with a bowl as well.
I look over at Holland. Holland. Well, listen, punks. Can't believe you custarded me, and on what grounds?
On the grounds of criminalism.
Yeah, that's right. Cause you stole up all those cupcakes. And you stole them right up from that table right there. Cause my dad told me that's true. Isn't that right, Dad?
That's right. They were the only ones in the kitchen when I made them. I've got your number, thieves.
Well, that can't possibly be true, because there were at least a few that said not Clapperclaw. Oh,
I confess, it was I. But you know, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. And she's smiling while she says this.
Well, now you're gonna go to the jail cell let's go to the jail cell. Come on, Holland, arrest these criminals.
Okie dokie. You have the right to remain silent. You're going to jail for a very long time.
you'll never take me alive! And Archie jumps out of the window.
That was Aerith says, I second that. Whee!
Go on, chase after him. Let's go.
He's gonna do acrobatics. It's 12.
Okay, I'm gonna... should I acrobatics that back?
Yeah. Do a grapple check. He literally dives straight on Archie and tackles it at the ground.
Yeah.
I'll slow down a little bit to help Flopsy through the window.
Aw.
Thank you, Holland. I didn't think it would get this physical.
I got you now, criminal scum.
You're the one who custarded me. If anything, you're a criminal.
You're a little shit.
Flopsy, Clapperclaw just swore.
No, I didn't. I said shelf.
Clapperclaw, what did you say?
I said that Archie's a little shelf, because shelves like to jump out of the windows.
I hope you weren't being in front of Flopsy and Archie.
Holland, you just said
18
it.
insight.
Let's have a look here.
How good
5.
can Clapperclaw convince me?
It's a 5.
Clapperclaw, Holland, what did you just say?
I said, Clapperclaw.
Oh, right. No, I've had enough of this. Right. Archie is already under arrest from Clapperclaw. Aerith, you're under arrest from Holland. Clapperclaw and Holland, you're both under arrest by me now.
Oh no! Whatever shall we do, Holland? Quick, let's make a run for it!
I'll
Oh,
do you
you'll
one
never get
better.
away.
What?
You can't
Capture
arrest
Clock.
me because I'm arresting you.
Whoa.
Under what grounds?
On the grounds of this here graph.
Well, I see you've got me there, but you don't have me over here, and I'm going to run away.
Look, Flopsy, I have you under arrest.
You'll have to catch me first.
Clapperclaw escapes your grasps as well, Archie.
Let's just pursue him nonetheless.
Clapperclaw's going to run all the way to the storage area where all your weapons are. And he's going to jump through the bars and hide in there.
When Archie arrives, she says, well, well, well. What have we got here?
You can't put me in jail if I'm already in jail.
And then she closes the jail door. Ha! Now you're in jail.
Oh no, come on, please. What are you gonna do when Sheriff Holland gets here? And when Sheriff gets here, he's going to slap your butt.
What, my custardy butt?
Yeah.
Well, the joke's on him.
In comes Holland.
What's going on in here?
Oh, nothing. I was just arresting the criminal, Sheriff Holland.
That's right, I am the sheriff, and you're the deputy. So I
That's right, Sheriff.
that you release this prisoner.
The sheriff, he custarded me.
I'm a mere innocent child.
The evidence is all circumstantial. Let him go.
All right, deputy. And Archie, drags her heels over to the door and just, opens the door. You're free to go, Clapperclaw.
Oh, thanks. You're a good deputy.
And at this point, I think Aerith and Flopsy would have made it down to the area where all your weapons are. Oh, I'm dragging you, don't worry. I've got you. Whee.
Well, has the criminal served his time?
I did. I served a whole 5 minutes.
Well, that's probably good enough for what you've been saying. I don't want to hear it coming out of your mouth again, and yours, Holland. Sheriff Holland, sorry.
Well, you misheard me. What I was actually saying was, sheriff, just really fast, like that.
Holland, did you just swear?
Oh no!
Flopsy's gonna look dead in Holland's eyes.
Hey.
I'll believe you this once.
Oh no, I feel bad. It was me.
It was you?
It was me.
What
It
was
was
you?
never Claw. It was me who said shit.
Don't say it
Holland.
again, Holland.
But you need to know what crime I'm guilty of.
Well, unfortunately, a sheriff that breaks the law, shouldn't really, be able to get away with it, should he? So, deputy, if you could put the sheriff away.
Oh, yeah, Holland, Holland, Sheffer, shit.
Did you just swear? Deputy,
No.
get yourself in jail.
You ain't got no right to persecute me.
I am performing a citizen's arrest.
Well, I'm performing a deputy arrest.
Oh dear. Aerith,
We'll
you're
have
the
to both
sheriff.
go into prison.
Stop this madness.
Aerith, puts her hands on her hips, spreads her legs a little bit into like a cowboy stance, and she says, "All right, I need all of you to be nice to each other and get along, or else." And she like makes little finger guns.
Clapperclaw, not understanding this one bit, says, he goes up to her and he goes,
Aerith, do you know that we're all just playing around?
Yeah, we're not really like arresting each other.
We're actually all really, really good friends, and we go on lots of adventures together. And, well, yeah, I don't know, that was really fun. But, no, we're not really actually mad at each other. Maybe Flopsy might be mad at me, because, you know, he's my dad, and dads have to be mad at you sometimes.
You are swearing.
I've heard you say swears before.
What? That's bullshit. I mean, that's bull, Huey.
See?
Right, that's it. Archie, inside.
No. Archie slowly walks, looking like sad, into the jail cell. Closes the door, picks up like a cup and starts rattling it on the bars.
"Oh,
Oh, come here, I'll let you out.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't play the blues. I didn't have a harmonica.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but I guess it's nice.
I don't know. Will of the Feywild talks about them all the time. He says, you know, the things I could do with a harmonica. It's like his catchphrase.
Flopsy's gonna go up to Aerith and whisper, I like the idea of the finger shooters that you're doing. Try and shoot someone. I have an idea for a game.
Aerith whispers back, "Should it be you?"
It could be. That might make it easier for me to do all the other ones as well, actually. So, yes, you should probably shoot me first.
As soon as you say that, Aerith like holds up her finger gun again. She's like, "I've had about enough mouth out of you, Flopsy." Bang!
As soon as Aerith motions for the gun to shoot, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make like sparks come out of Aerith's finger guns, and Flopsy's going to like flop on the floor and play dead. Oh, you got me! Somebody, avenge me!
All right. And Archie like does a fake bow and arrow thing, like looks, you know, mimes a bow and arrow and shoots it straight towards you, Aerith.
Since Flopsy's on the ground, while you're all doing these imaginary weapons, he's going to use prestidigitation to form sparks and glittery kind of effects as you're doing it.
As it like hits Aerith in the shoulder. Yeah, it hits Aerith in the shoulder, and she's like, "Oh God, I've been struck. I'm going to go down, but not before taking you with me." Bang! And shoots Archie.
Oh. Ah! And then she does like as if she's just exploded. She just like puts her arms into her chest and then like expands them out very quickly and then drops to the floor. What does Holland do?
That's a darn good question. Holland, like, as people are like falling, he's like very dramatically like diving over to them, like on his knees, like no, and then like throwing. He's like, "I'll heal you, don't worry." But instead of using any actual healing magic, he just like drew across some petals to like fall on you. And he's like, "Come on, soldier, I know there's more fighting you left."
Which one of us is that to?
I guess Flopsy went down first, so I would have gone to Flopsy first.
Oh, okay. Flopsy is going to take a massive deep breath and sit upright again. He's then going to dramatically search his pockets and pull out a ladle from his pocket and go, the trusty ladle, and throw it at Aerith's head.
Yeah, Aerith doesn't even, as it hits her, she's like, it goes donk, and she's like, and then doesn't move, and then she opens one eye and she's like, are we still acting?
Flopsy nods.
Oh,
Archie sits back down because she sat up when Aerith started speaking. Goes back to being dead.
Yeah, it hits Aerith and she goes, oh dear, oh god, oh no, oh why?
Copperclaw's going to come over and he's going to touch his claw to her head. And he's going to be like,
now don't you worry. I've got the powers of healing in my claws.
And he's going to press his claw against your forehead. And he's going to make this noise.
Oi, 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 oi.
As he does that, like in the back of her mind, in the back of her throat, she's like, and she rises and she scoops up Clapper in a hug, and she's like, "Oh, Clapper, I don't know where I would have been if it wasn't for you."
You would probably been like turned into stone or something soon if it wasn't for me. I'm the hero.
You certainly are.
Archie says, I'm still dead, you know.
Maybe you could do with a bit of healing claw as well.
He slaps Archie on the head with his healing claw.
Oi, 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 oi.
Whoa, I'm back to life. That was a fun game, everyone. And I hope we all learned a valuable lesson about justice and vengeance and crime and swearing. And I hope that we never repeat past mistakes. But seeing as though we're already here and it's getting kind of, well, not late, but we, time's a wasting, we do have a bit of a curse on our hands. Maybe we should start heading out soon.
Yes, we do have Will of the Feywild to go and see, don't we?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I didn't want to say it because I think sometimes it seems like all I talk about is, people I already know, who you've not met yet. But you'll meet him soon, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to it. He sounds like quite a character.
I'm sure you'll eat those words. Yeah, well, Aerith, do you mind if we get our weapons and that?
Yeah, Aerith kind of snaps her fingers and all the weapons float out of the jail cell and back to you guys.
Well, before we truly set off, who wants to take the little bottle?
Well, shouldn't I keep it in my body?
If you do, you're going to need to get on somebody's back.
Well, that's all right. Holland can take me. Can't you, Holland?
Of course. I can carry us both.
He just jumps up onto Holland's back.
Right, well, we're all ready to go. As long as you're ready to go, Aerith, then we're ready to set off when you are.
Yes, one moment. And she taps her cube again and gets a hold of Hust, and she's like, yeah, yeah, I trust everything to you. I will be back soon.
Yeah, you just see him
Okay, love you.
Yeah.
And then hangs up. I'm all good to go.
You got all your bits and bats, your haberdashery, your ball of yarn, that sort of stuff.
Yes, I am ready to go.
Well then, let's get on our way. And Archie will lead everyone in the correct direction.
Alright. So yeah, you lead to Vilna's home of the lost and orphaned. Sort of Vint, sort of like what's the word? Gives you a solemn nod as you all leave. And yeah, you sort of head out into the thick forests of thither. The day's quite still. It's a very like humid, warm day as well. Like it's quite uncomfortable. As you're walking along, a lot of the places that you start to walk, obviously, bloody Archie's in the lead as she sort of knows the way. Sort of north-ish is the direction that you walk in. And yeah, so let's have a think about what you're talking about as you're walking, just whilst I sort something out.
So is this your first time leaving then, Aerith?
No. Not my first. It's my first time in a long time. But not the first time, no.
Were you one of the ones that established the home for the children?
Yes, I was the one who originally built it. And eventually, first Stem and Vint came and we built it into what you saw today.
Well, it's quite a marvelous thing to stumble upon. You must have put a lot of love and care into it. I'm hoping that taking you away from it is for the greater good.
Yes,
How long has it been since you were out?
Few years, maybe? You sort of lose track of time when you're in there.
Yeah, I mean, time around here is kind of like, well, I remember how time was in the not mirror. It doesn't really work the same.
I
Yes.
still haven't really got my head around the way time works here, to be honest.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's just like everything happened in the past, and the things that haven't happened yet will happen. That's what you need to remember. And the most important thing is what's happening right now.
Off in the distance, Archie, you can hear very familiar sounds, familiar voices, in fact. You can hear,
Come, my love, let's have some tea far above the astral sea.
on repeat,
Come, my love, let's have some tea far above the astral sea.
and you stumble upon a circle.
What if it isn't a circle?
Put yourselves on the south end.
Compressed Archer.
And Archie, you notice this is a fairy ring.
Oh,
You
everyone,
Yep.
this is a fairy ring. It's where the campestries are. Right now, you can hear them. They're all like singing. Each one of them is saying a word. Oh, but these might be right. Okay, everyone, listen. Don't get too close yet. We're gonna walk on over, and if we see them, we're gonna start dancing, yeah? And if they don't dance back, that's how we know whether they're good or bad. The good ones, I'll show you, whips out Mimi and Izzy, and starts like dancing.
Mimi and Izzy just sort of dance around, like sort of on your hands as you whip them out, and
If they're good, they'll do that.
they're saying,
Me, Isolde. Me, Isolde.
And
Yes.
Archie, what if they're bad?
Well, you don't want to know. But they won't dance, and that's how you know they're bad. If they're bad, you just go the other way. You don't stick around.
They're not going to do anything to us from far away, though, are they? If we notice them?
Well, they can't really move very fast. I think.
you notice that
be honest,
the ones that are in these circles are like rooted into the ground. They're not like loose like these ones that you found. It seems that
to be honest, I don't think they could move at all.
yeah, it seems that they dance from being in the ground, if that makes sense. They sort of like raise their heads up and lean to the left, lean to the right, lean to the left. Each one of them is saying a word, and the ones that aren't saying the words, come my love, let's have some tea, far above the astral sea. The ones that don't have a word are just going la la la, singing along to the other ones that have words.
Well, if everyone's ready.
Look,
Maybe we
yes, if
should
they
go
can't
and
get up and
dance with
chase
them.
us, then it seems fine.
Besides, I think something good's meant to happen if you dance with them.
You know that if you dance with them, good things can happen. You also know from Will, who has told you about these fairy rings. Obviously, he's told you about the corrupted ones and the uncorrupted ones. That they basically can create a portal to somewhere else. He has warned you that sometimes you can end up in a place that you really don't want to be. But usually the sort of song of what they sing will indicate the place that you're going to end up. So, like, yeah. He also has let you know sort of like how to activate it. In the past. Like, that's... It's just something to take caution about. So yeah, you know that sometimes you can end up somewhere, like, you could end up in the plane of fire and be completely unprepared to be there. You know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, that's what you know, Archie, from what Will has told you.
Mm-hmm. He's also said, according to my bio, that apparently, if you dance with them, then you can see everything for what it is for a whole 24 hours.
That's true.
Well, apparently, if we dance with them, well, if you want to go somewhere, then, they can take you there. I mean, they're probably going to take us to the Astral Sea, based on what they're saying. And she sort of taps her temple. Things you know when you're a ranger, right? And if you dance with them, Will says you can see everything for what it really is for like a full day, or whatever that means in here.
But what if he can't dance? Will they just accept an effort for trying?
Well, you can also sing.
Right, what if he can't sing?
Well, you can sing what they're singing, right?
I wouldn't be good. Flopsy's heard my singing, and he knows it's not good.
Hey, it's not the worst singing I've ever heard. You can carry a tune quite well, to be honest. 22 deception.
Hey, you lying to your teeth.
Well, I suppose, Holland, if you... Oh...
Close but not quite.
If you didn't feel as confident singing or dancing, Holland, you could maybe dance with one of us. We could show you the steps.
I suppose I do have Clapper Claw on my back. I could step side to side while he waves his arms, and maybe they'll consider us one person.
I will dance with you in Clapperclaw.
Well, I'm gonna try my best. I actually that hag who will not be named kind of stole my creativity. So
Oh, Holland. Now come over here for real quick.
okay.
Clapperclaw is on Holland's back.
Yeah, I will bring Clapperclaw with me.
Flopsy, can you come over here and pick up Clapperclaw for me real quick?
Wow, what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm just telling Holland about girl things.
Oh, I'm good at girl things.
I'll explain to you in a second, Clapperclaw. I'll pull Clapperclaw off of Holland and onto my back. And walk away with him.
Okay, so Holland, listen. We didn't mention this before, but there's a new rule when we're talking about who, Scabatha, which she whispers. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna say that name. We're gonna say Chickermoo, because nobody would ever suspect that would be Scabatha, right?
Okay.
You remember what that is? The word I taught you.
Yeah, it isn't Chickermoo.
Yeah. And so, Clapperclaw won't be thinking about it.
That's a good idea. I hate Chickermoo.
Okay. Yeah.
Cut to what Flopsy was telling Clapperclaw. Well, the reason why we wanted you away from Holland for a second is we don't want Holland to feel bad for not knowing how to dance. So, if I have you on my back now, we can come up with a little routine that you and Holland can do, and he can feel as if he came up with it all by himself.
Say that again.
Well, the reason why I separated you from Holland was because we don't want to make Holland feel bad for not knowing how to dance. So, now that I'm holding you as Holland will, if we come up with a little dance, we can make Holland feel as if he came up with it himself, and that you and him can dance together really well.
Oh, I love dancing. I could dance all day long. What about this?
And he tries to jump off your shoulders,
Flopsy tries to catch him.
Oh, well, I could just move my hands like this,
and he just starts moving them in a weird rap way, woof woof woof.
Well, I don't know how Holland would fare with this, but you could, if you really wanted to be on the ground, you could jump down from me, and I could jump up onto your back, and I will take the vial off of you while jumping. So then we can swap sides while dancing, and you can dance with your feet.
All right, whatever. You know best, Dad.
This is a terrible idea.
Oh, hey, Flopsy and Clapperclaw.
Is everything sorted, Archie?
Oh yeah, I've told Holland all about my period, and and it's all good now. Anyway, let's go dance with these campestries, right?
Perfect. Holland, would you like Clapperclaw back, or would you like him to stay with me?
I mean, he can be my little dance buddy. I need all the help I can get.
Perfect. I'll transfer him back onto you.
All right.
Alright, come on, Holland, we can be like 2 people in one.
Right, you're gonna have to put on your best show, because, like, I, like, legally can't dance or something.
Alright, he's gonna do his performance. Aww. He's like kicking his legs around. He like keeps slipping off the back of you, and you have to like keep putting your hands behind your back to hold him up. It's terrible. He's not doing much at all. You are unable to dance anyway, but you're also unable to dance the fact that you have to keep holding him to keep him on. That were a terrible roll. Whoever else is dancing, give me that performance check.
Awesome. She's going to be performing the heck out of it. Can she have advantage because she's got 2 campestries with her?
No, because you actually notice that these 2 campestries, if you were to put them near the ring, they kind of like turn away from them, like they don't want to be part of this particular ring. So
They don't like that song.
It's not their song.
Oh.
Okay. All right, Flopsy and Aerith, how do you like to succeed in this wonderful dance?
Aerith looks at Flopsy and like comes up next to him, and she gives a little bit of a curtsy and she says, "Flopsy, may I
yes?
have this dance?"
Oh, you may. And he extends his hand to you.
And Aerith takes the lead. Like they do like a bit of like a slow, like a ballroom dancing to the sound of these little fairies singing. And then Aerith spins Flopsy, catches him, and dips him down.
And all the while they're singing,
"Come, my love, let's have some tea, far above the astral sea."
Archie, how do you fail your dance?
No, Archie doesn't fail. Archie does a great dance. She's just like sort of kicking her feet about and sort of like as if she were trying to do some sort of Irish dance or something. But she just looks like she's kind of kicking. It doesn't look very. Yeah.
Bless. Well, guess what? Flopsy and Aerith get the benefit of true seeing for 24 hours. True seeing. Let me show you this. Hey. Well, obviously not who you touch. For the duration, you have true sight. You notice secret doors hidden by magic, and you can see into the ethereal plane. So at this point, you immediately can both see a horse, an ethereal horse, behind Archie at all times, as though stoically following around. So that's what you can see in the ethereal plane. There's no secret doors right now, but you get this benefit for 24 hours.
Flopsy's... yes?
Do you see what I see? It's a horse.
Yes, that's Glitterhoof. I haven't actually seen her before. We can try and... Well, I don't think we can pet her, but we can try. I'm going to lead Aerith over to Archie. Archie,
Oh, hey.
Hi, do you still have that key in your pocket that lets you see, well, ghosts?
Yeah? Why? Oh, do you want to have a look through it?
No, I was going to say that you could have a look through it for a second if you wanted to. Just right behind you.
Archie looks beyond it. Why? What's behind me? A ghost?
Hmm.
Is there a ghost behind me?
Uh, just over here, I'm going to guide Archie's head to look towards Glitterhoof.
Oh, glitter. Oh, did I not get it? Archie looks a little bit disappointed to not get the true sight.
Aw.
And you did?
Well,
Oh, well.
I just wanted you to be able to see her as well, because I didn't look through the key at Glitterhoof before. She's a very beautiful horse.
Yeah, she's a Palomino. She's the best horse ever. Obviously we're not comparing horses to unicorns. That's not a fair comparison. But she's the best horse ever.
Do you reckon she'd mind if I petted her?
Well, as long as you don't come up from behind. One time, this guy, he was one of the guards. You know, he'd go around. I'm sure he'd brush the horses, but he kept them in the pens. It was mean. And he'd only give them straw to eat, not apples or sugar cubes. Glitterhoof loves sugar cubes. Anyway, one day he tries sneaking up behind her. And, well, Glitterhoof ain't having any of it, so she jumps onto her front legs and she goes and kicks him in the face. Don't know what happened to the guy, but I never saw him again. I think he might have quit.
Yes, I'm sure he handed his resignation in the next day. Flopsy just kind of raises an eyebrow at Aerith, and then walks up to Glitterhoof using prestidigitation. I create an illusory image that can fit in my hand. It's sugar cubes, and I feed the phantom sugar cubes to Glitterhoof while stroking just where her head is.
Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. Glitterhoof sort of looks down at these phantom sugar cubes and looks a bit surprised that they're sort of similar looking to how she is, and leans her head down to bite them, where the tongue comes out to try and lick them off your hand, and it goes straight through.
I'll try and dismiss them when Glitterhoof tries to bite down, just to maintain the illusion.
Aww. Yeah, she just looks around confused, as though you secretly hid a treat from a dog or something. Like you had it in your hand, but then you closed your hand. So she's just confused, licking around your hand. Sort of, you don't feel anything. Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything else we can do with the campestry, or have we danced them all out today?
Well, we actually, we could try going to the astral sea. I mean, I'm sure it's sunny and cloudy, or, nice weather. Not really been to the beach in a long while.
I don't quite know if we will get to the beach. I mean, if it's a sea they want to take us to, it could be slap bang in the middle of it.
That's a good point. Do you know how to swim?
I've never really had much cause for swimming. I think I probably could, but I'm a bit untested.
Well, if we need to go to the astral sea, I suppose we'll just remember this place and maybe we'll hopefully find it in one day. Hey, there even could be one of these that brings you back to, the carnival. Like, that could be how you find your way home.
What are you talking about? It's just a bunch of mushrooms. Well, the little guys that you have.
Oh, yeah, but they, have magic when they're all in a big circle. They're all saying words and dancing.
What do you mean?
Well, you need to say the password, and thankfully I know it. But if you pick up a stick and then you say the password, then they'll take you where they're saying.
Whoa, that sounds really cool.
Do you want to try it?
Well, I don't know. What if it takes us somewhere? Well, I don't know if I can swim.
Do they take you to another fairy circle, or is it just somewhere?
They take you to another fairy circle, yeah.
Well, if they take us somewhere we don't want to be, we can just leave. Real easy. Because they take us from one of these to another one of these somewhere else.
Are you sure it's going to be as easy as that?
Yeah, of course.
Is it the same password for every circle?
Yeah.
I mean,
it just happens to be.
It happens to be?
Yeah, it happens to be the case that they all have. It's like, well, it's not really like a password. It's more like a magic spell or something. It's like to go through a door, you got to pull down the handle first, right? So it's just pulling down the handle, and that's the same for every door.
Well, you do make it sound so easy, and it could be an experience, but I don't know, it seems a little dangerous when we have so much going on here. I wouldn't want something to happen and we get caught in the other place.
What does everyone else think?
I like the sea, so,
I don't think there could be any harm in it. We can go back like you said.
Exactly. And Flopsy, it would be a good opportunity to trade in those bee legs for some sea legs, right?
I suppose so, if it is as simple as you say to come back.
I'm sure it is. Like Will said, and don't get me wrong, Will comes out with some strange things, but he's usually right, so I wouldn't doubt him.
Oh, just one quick question before we make our final decision. Does anyone know how time works in the Astral Sea? Because we will be able to come back here, but when will we come back to? If time works strangely here, I wouldn't want us to leave and then jeopardize our, curse that we have.
That's a good question. But also, how does time work anywhere? I don't think thither and hither work on the same time anyway. 8 days for us might be 5 years for I can't remember what she was called, but other end.
Oh. How does Holland feel about that?
I think, I mean, it's only as risky as it is, like, being here. Like, time just seems to be all over the joint anyway. Like,
Yeah, that's true. And like as well, I know I just said it could have been 5 years, but we could probably like mess around for 5 years and then come back and she's like, "What? But you only just left." Or however she talks, I can't remember. But she, it'd be like 5 seconds. She'd be surprised, or maybe it actually is the way it is, and it's 8 days, and she's like, "Oh, you came back just in time." Who's to say, really?
I mean, I suppose there is also, we will be coming back this way after, like, the deadline occurs and all that. So, you know, you could leave it until after we're not, like, being timed.
The deadline?
Yeah, we only got, like, I can't count, 5 days?
I think
I
it's
was thinking
5 days
5.
left, yes.
5 days to live. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe not. 5 days to have Lorna puts the curse on us.
We have to get an item for from our friend Chikamu, and take it back to Bavlorna in time.
I see. Well, best not to be kept up then, I would suppose.
I think it's good to know where this is and we can come back to it, but Archie, if you think that we could go and get back in an instant, then I'm willing to take a chance with you. But if everybody
Well,
thinks
I was kind
Sorry?
of thinking about it, but I was kind of thinking about it before I thought about the time thing. I did give my word I'd bring it back in 8 days, so I should probably keep my word before I, go off in flights of fancy.
well, we can always come back here and investigate it later.
Yeah, exactly. So, we don't have anything to worry about.
Flopsy's going to...
Although, well, I did just have a thought.
Yes?
Well, I mean, there is a place that, yeah, no.
I'd imagine having someone in your room while you play D&D. Kind of heathen. I don't know, I do think it would be fun, but, like, yeah, I suppose we have to, like, prioritize our safety or whatever. I'm starting to sound like Flopsy.
Well, I was actually thinking, I mean, nobody wants a curse, right? But I think there's actually a way to get rid of curses anyway. But don't tell anyone I told you.
How would one get rid of it?
Well, there's this place. It's, like, really cool. I think Glitterhoof probably really likes it. Looks through the key. Don't you, Glitterhoof?
She like sort of whinnies and smiles. Well, not smiles, but you know what I mean. Makes a happy horse face.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just so happens that there's this pool. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. But, you hop into the pool, take a swim, and, your curses be gone. I mean, the Getaway Gang go there all the time whenever they get, like, a curse or something.
Is it like that pool from before?
It's not the same. There's something really special about this pool.
Oh.
It almost sounds a bit too good to be true. Is it nearby?
Well, I think everything's nearby in its own way. I mean, we could probably go there, like, soon, but...
You know it is nearby.
I do, in fact, know that it is nearby.
Well,
I mean, we could probably go there right now, get rid of our curse, and then come back and
then we wouldn't have to take anything from anyone.
Oh, yeah. Although, keeping my word, and although stealing's wrong as well. Oh, but if it's stealing from a hag. Oh, but if it's stealing for a hag. Oh, dear. There's a lot of moving pieces here.
We can figure that out later. As long as we can know that we can get rid of the curse. How will we know when it's removed?
Because you just won't feel it hanging over your head like a cloud anymore. You can probably feel it like hanging over your head like a cloud, right? I can feel mine hanging over my head like like a cloud. Can you feel yours hanging over your head like a cloud?
I suppose I can feel mine hanging over my head like a cloud, but I'm not sure whether
Mine
that
feels like a scarecrow.
Well, I don't feel anything.
As you say this, Aerith like looks up and above her head and starts like swatting. I don't feel a cloud. Am I missing something?
You're missing the curse. You're lucky you didn't get cursed. But yeah, I mean, we could probably head to the Wayward pool, which is near, and let me tell you, I am sure Glitterhoof is very excited to go back there. And I'll look at Glitterhoof again.
Glitter, fucking hell. Glitterhoof is just like nodding her head up and down. And she's like almost
Is
like...
she like running around the fairy circle?
Yeah, literally,
like
she's like turning around and like kicking her legs and everything, like as if to be like, follow me.
Oh,
Bless her.
looks like we better follow Glitterhoof to the Wayward pool.
Flopsy just like looks confident because he can actually do that. He just kind of goes over to Holland. If you can't see Glitterhoof, you can just follow me and Aerith.
And me.
And to a
I'll
lesser
follow
extent.
you all.
And I'll follow Holland.
Good idea.
Alright. So you leave the fairy rings behind as you hear them continuing their song.
Come, my love, let's have some tea, far above the astral sea.
And you walk away from them and continue in a somewhat northern direction until you see in the distance sort of like the trees part a little bit to make a bit of space, and through the space you see this sort of like pinkish purple mist. This mist is sort of streaming over, drifting over the surface of a small lake, and let's put you on the map, shall we? I've already put you at the bottom. I don't know if that means that you're actually on the map, because, you know... Oh, wait, hang on. You're not on the map. Hey, put yourselves in the bottom corner. I'll just...
But if it isn't a Wayward pool,
There we go. I'll make you not squished, as sometimes you are.
that'd be appreciated.
There you go. Alright. And it's almost dreamlike and it's sort of intoxicating in a floral sense. As you approach, you get this strange feeling of calm come over you until you get to the shoreline and immediately bump into an invisible barrier. It just like shocks you a little bit as you're like, oh wow, approaching, and then you sort of all bang your foreheads on it.
Well, even though Aerith's magic is gone, she can still recognize it. Can I analyze this?
You can give us an Arcana check. Yeah, you just presume it's some sort of like shield or something like that. Like a
Oh yeah,
protective
I forgot.
wall.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, guys. We can't actually go to the Wayward pool.
Well, aren't we at the Wayward pool now?
Well, I'm gonna have to level with you. Right. We can get close to the Wayward pool, but we can't get in the water, because it's like only unicorns are allowed in. So there's unicorns in the Wayward pool, which I didn't want to tell you. I wanted it to be a surprise, but
Have you ever managed to get into the Wayward pool before?
oh yeah, of course. Me and Will used to do it all the time, as well as some of the other members of the Getaway Gang.
Did you turn yourselves into unicorns, or how did you get in?
Well, there's a
Does
secret.
that
What are you
mean
gonna
Will
say?
was a unicorn?
Will, a unicorn? He wishes. No, Will's not a unicorn. He's not even like half as cool as a unicorn. But listen, there's a trick. There's a trick to it. And you listen up, Holland and Clapperclaw, because I think you're really gonna like this. Right. So the pool knows only unicorns are allowed to get into the Wayward pool. It's meant to protect them, right? But do you know what the pool doesn't have? It doesn't have eyes. It doesn't really know the difference between a unicorn and something that looks like a unicorn.
Oh, we're gonna lie to the pool?
Yeah, pretty much. Gotta trick it, you know?
Well, someone hop on my back and I'll say nay and we can go.
No, that's not gonna work.
Oh.
Gotta be convincing. I mean, the Wayward pool's not got eyes, but it's not stupid either.
Well, you've done this before, so what did you and Will do to convince the pool that you were a unicorn?
Well, I'm not really sure if I should tell you. Trade secret and all. Oh, alright then. So, okay. There's, at Little Oak, there's a little costume. About, 2 people can fit in it. But it looks like a unicorn. And if you trundle on in, wearing it, you look just like a unicorn. And, well, according to the Wayward pool, anyway.
So, if you've managed to sneak your way into the Wayward pool with this unicorn disguise, which sounds quite marvelous, to be honest, very imaginative, what happens if you take the disguise off while inside the pool? Does it expel you?
You know, I'll tell you this. No matter what crazy ideas and things Will might say, he's never come up with the idea of taking off the costume whilst in the Wayward pool. So I don't know that one.
I just thought if two of us went inside, we could take the costume off and pass it to the others so they could come through as well. It might just be a 2 at a time trick.
Well, maybe we could even just find things around here, Archie picks up a branch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I put this to my head. I mean, I know I just said it wouldn't work, but maybe I'll try it. Archie with a branch to a head sort of tries to get into the pool.
The branch looking like a branch, obviously not a unicorn's horn, throws you back.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Well, what if we stuff all of you into the suit and you just act like a really chubby unicorn?
I think that might work. We'd have to go to Little Oak first to get the suit and hope that Will allows us to borrow it.
I don't know. I don't think that's believable. I mean, horses don't normally get big unless you feed them enough and don't let them run outside enough. Normally, like a horse and especially a unicorn in nature, they like to run and they, eat as much as they need to. So they don't really get them. I mean, it's possible, but also it'd probably be a bit uncomfortable in there anyway. One in the front, one in the back. Instead, there's 2 in the front, 2 in the back. It'd be hard to get around.
Could we maybe not make a second unicorn suit while we're at Little Oak? If we see what the first one looks like, so we know what the pool accepts, we could maybe make another one of similar quality?
I already have a first shoe.
Well, we're 1 foot the way there.
Wait, Flopsy, I just had a thought. I mean, I saw you, because I was looking. I saw you, magic some, sugar cubes. Can you magic, a horn on your head?
Well, not really, I suppose. I can make small things appear in my hand, which I suppose I could then put the horn on my head, but it wouldn't be a very big one.
It might be a baby unicorn.
I suppose I could try to be a baby unicorn. I'll use prestidigitation to make a illusory unicorn horn that can fit in my hand. And then hold it onto my head right between my ears and walk forward.
You walk forward onto the sand.
I turn back to the others. Did I do it?
I think so.
I could have bet on this that this wouldn't work.
Well, maybe you should have, and then I'd get some, cool things.
Oh, well,
do you want to bet in the past?
No, I'm not actually a betting man, but So if I walk into the water, would that remove the curse?
Well, you'd probably have to like sit in it for like a minute.
If I were to take some of the water from here and come back to you, would it still have the same properties when I brought it to you?
Nah,
Should I try?
I don't think so. It's like one of those things where you just gotta have the bath and you feel refreshed.
Well, I suppose if this worked for me, then everybody else could be baby unicorns too. Right, this might prompt a thing of rules as intended. The wording of prestidigitation, I can make something that can fit in my hand, but the wording doesn't say it has to originate in my hand.
What do you mean?
Can I create a unicorn horn that would fit in Flopsy's hand, but in Holland's hand?
What's the distance on prestidigitation?
10 feet, so I can walk up to... Okay.
Of course.
I will do that for Archie, Holland, and Clapperclaw. Because I can only have 3 of its effects active at one time.
Oh, thanks.
He just like slams it against his forehead.
Now I've got like 3 horns, but not really, because these are antlers.
Archie, flapping one hand, has the unicorn horn, and starts running around. I'm a unicorn, I'm a unicorn.
Archie, as you're sort of like running around on the sand, and Holland, you both get the feeling that you're being watched. It's almost like when you're like dancing on your own in your room, but then you realise your window's open and you're like, oh fuck.
I'll then do the same for Aerith, so Aerith can come in.
I'm a unicorn! Woo!
You're okay. I will stay and watch in case anybody happens to come up upon you.
Are you sure? I know you're not cursed, but you can join us in the pool and see if it does anything for you.
Is there any way that I could tell if it might have some effect for me?
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not cursed, and I out of character, I'm not sure if that water would have any benefit. So, I mean...
Archie says, oh, it does more things than just, like, freaking curses, by the way, Aerith. It feels really good. It's just, like, nice to be in it.
I suppose I can take a dip, at least.
You won't regret it.
She smiles wide and holds the horn up to her head and goes, nay, and walks across the barrier.
Nice. Yeah,
unicorns don't say nay. Well, unless they're disagreeing with you, in which case they might also say no, or I disagree. But, like, they're not like horses.
When you sort of, like, move into the water, it sort of comes up to your, like, knees. You see that it's quite shallow, and you're able to, like, just walk around in it, and, like, Archie obviously being used to the pool, you can, like, sort of, like, lower yourself down into it and feel it as it sort of, like, washes over you. It's very nice and comfortable and warm. It feels like you're having just a really cosy bath, and it smells like lilac and sort of nice sort of floral smells. Violets, sorry. It smells like the colour lilac. And it's just really comfortable. Like the mists that sort of like drift over the surface, like have this nice perfume-esque scent to it. And you see that obviously near the centre of the lake is this rocky islet, like this tiny little island. With on top of it is a brazier, full of like coals. Archie, you know that like to light a fire in that brazier would summon Lamorna.
Hey, should we go like see if we can see Lamorna?
Also, if anyone was suffering from any sort of exhaustion, it would be gone. but that's not the case. You just feel incredibly invigorated as you're here. I will say as well that you, let's have a look here. If you have any like sort of sickness or anything like that, you feel better. You just feel like you're having a really good day. It's a really good time. Clapperclaw's like,
Jason, you need to get in the Wayward pool.
Clapperclaw's like,
It's filling up all of my body. I feel really heavy.
Oh, hop on my back. I'll unicorn carry you across.
Alright.
oof.
I'm gonna try and unicorn carry him. Do I need to make some sort of check for that?
No, it's quite light. It's just like filling up his body. All the stuffing is sort of like swimming around in his jacket pocket. And he opens it up, and a load of like wet, like soggy cupcakes come falling out, and he's like,
Oh,
You were the thief!
Holland, all my cupcakes have gone all soggy.
Well, then we're just gonna have to steal some more. It's all part of the chase, you know? Yeah.
all right. So you wade your way.
Come on, everyone.
You wade your way across the Wayward pool, and you get to the little islet.
That
in
was
the
Wayward
centre.
cool.
Woo.
Hey
Alright.
guys, if we see that brazier there with the coals in it,
Yes.
if we light this, we'll get to see Lamorna.
Lamorna? I hardly know her.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know who
You've
that
met
is.
her?
Who is Lamorna?
Well, she's really smart. She's like clever. We'll say she's a no good goody goody, but I guess that makes me a no good goody goody too. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I think you'll want to meet her. She knows a lot of things, and like, you know, if there's anything we want to know, she might even be able to help us out.
She sounds like a wonderful person. I'd love to meet her.
Okay. Shall we like light a fire?
Yes, I suppose I could do that. Prestidigitation. I'll light the brazier.
Alright. You sort of sit on the little edge of the grass for a minute looking out. And off on the sort of surface of the water, you see it ripple in 4 little areas, like where legs would be, and this sort of ghostly apparition forms in front of you from the knees up to the body, to the grand chest, and its neck, a long flowing mane, and its ears pointing, and a long horn. And standing there in front of you is this amazingly beautiful unicorn. She sort of looks at you all and tilts her head this way and that. Takes a stride forth with a hoof, and the sort of water disturbs as she strides up out of the water, it running off her sort of silvery coat, and she steps up onto the grass and shakes her head. And she's looking very curiously at you all. Perfectly still suddenly, and I'm silently observing you with this gleaming pearlescent horn sort of shining.
Archie waves.
She's still quite still.
Hello there.
She looks at you, Flopsy. Just looks at you.
Flopsy, say something good. Make a good first impression.
would you like something to eat? I have rather delicious cupcakes. I bet you've probably never stumbled upon something like this around here. I'm going to brandish a cupcake.
She still stares, like, into your eyes, and she doesn't look at the cupcake. She's just looking at you.
Try and introduce yourself.
I'm Flopsy Lapoose of Flopsy Turvy Cupcakery, from the Witchlight Carnival. I've come a long way and seen many different things, but I don't think I've seen anything as majestic as you quite yet. What is your name?
She still stands and stares at you.
Flopsy puts the cupcake on the ground between him and the unicorn, and then will prestidigitate a unicorn horn again and stick it to his forehead. Is this any better?
She's still looking at you. She sort of looks over everyone, remaining perfectly still and stoic.
Archie's just got a beaming smile.
I'll imagine Archie's like smiling, looking at everyone like, well, here she is.
You can just see her hands flapping so hard she could almost fly.
Aerith, enraptured by the unicorn's beauty, slowly walks up, starts walking very slowly up to it.
As soon as you take a step forward, you hear a voice in your mind that says,
I'm very curious. Curious to know why you are here in my pool. I'm also very curious to know.
She's speaking just to you, Aerith.
Why those two are here in thither.
And she motions towards Flopsy and Holland.
I ask if I think in my head, can you hear me when I do this?
Of course. And I can hear you all speak, too.
Lorna, my new comrades here have been inflicted by, I'm not quite sure by what, but they've been afflicted with something. And your pool was the only solution that they had at the moment to cleanse themselves of this curse.
She looks down at the pool. She's got sort of sad eyes. And she looks back up at you, and in your head you hear,
No, they haven't.
They haven't what?
Been afflicted. They are all very clean.
Yes, now they are, because you're wonderful. I'm not sure if it's your magic or the magic of the Feywild, but something got rid of it on them.
Oh, it is mine. All of it is. And I can feel there's nothing in here.
and she starts like walking around in the water, sort of like staring deep into her own reflection.
No. Clean.
You are very beautiful, Lamorna.
She nods.
We wish not to disturb you. Only to rid ourselves of this curse and be on our way.
What curse? For they are clean, and my waters are clean.
Can I try and decipher what that means?
Well, you just get the impression that there's nothing in her waters. She's not felt any curse come out of anybody into her waters.
Are you telling me they were never cursed in the first place?
Perhaps not. Do they believe they are, or were?
They did, yes.
She opens up her thoughts to all of you, and you all hear in your minds,
Poor creatures. You have been deceived, it seems. For there was no curse.
Hi, Lamarna.
Hello, Archie.
You
Archie,
feel like when a celebrity remembers your name, like you're like, whoa, as if she even remembered my name. And she says,
Have you made new friends?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Flopsy. He makes cupcakes like he tried to give you one. Although, that's not necessarily a normal unicorn diet. Holland, he's pretty good. I think he said he worked with unicorns, at a carnival, Witchlight carnival.
Did you?
She looks interested in this.
The carnival?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I ran the carousel with my friend Diana Cloppington.
Isolde's carnival.
Sorry?
Isolde's carnival. So you know her?
No, my carnival was run by Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
She looks a bit confused.
Oh.
She says,
And you are not from thither?
No, I was from hither, and well, I was from Prismere, really, because I haven't been here since it got split up. Because I went to the material plane and then I joined the carnival, and it's been really fun. But I haven't been here in a long time.
And why are you here?
To stop these hags.
she breathes this sigh of relief. And she just says,
Thank goodness for that.
She
Yeah,
she says,
we're like heroes.
as she's sort of speaking at this point, the waters around her, sort of around her feet, like her hoof, and her legs and things start to make shapes on the surface and rise up into different forms, different images as she speaks. And she says,
Yes, this wasn't always thither. Like you said, Prismere. Ah, the goody good old days.
and you see this other this other unicorn form from the water behind her. It's very strong looking thing.
My poor love, Eladrin. Those hags came and captured him. Scabbatha.
Clapperclaw shivers.
Like covers his ears.
I haven't seen him since this place was Prismere. And I believe that he's a prisoner. I heard them saying something about his horn. About how his magic could, well, work or something. I don't know what that means.
She looks very sad, like really, really sad in her eyes.
I don't believe he's dead, because I surely would have sensed that.
She like raises her head up. Pardon? What did you say?
Sorry, she's upset.
Oh, she's upset, yeah. She raises her head up to like the sky and like sort of looks up around and she's like,
I can still feel him. I know he's here somewhere.
Lamona,
Hmm,
may I approach you?
of course.
As Aerith walks forward, it's right in front of Lamorna and holds out a hand, like to put on her snout.
she accepts it.
I tell her through my mind. It is my job to cheer up children and people when they are sad. I can't speak for the rest of them, but I will find you Eladrin if I can.
It's a very brave offer. Don't you think it's odd that Eladrin goes missing, and then Prismere is no more? And come to think of it, I haven't heard of Zybilna in a while.
Upon hearing this, I don't know how this message works, but if this unicorn can detect emotions, Aerith at that point gets like a sharp pang of distress, and says, do you know what happened to Zybilna?
Well, the only things I heard them say when they captured him was about trying to imprison Zybilna in her own palace, but I don't believe that's possible. Zybilna is incredibly powerful, and perhaps that's what they meant when they said that the horn would work. But it can't just be just the horn. Her power is too much, even from a unicorn's perspective.
She like looks a little bit like she knows she's fucking cool, you know what I mean? But she doesn't allow that thought to play on her mind too much as she resumes her sadness at the loss of Eladrin. Her like telepathy is like with everyone now. Like everyone can hear what she's saying, and she can hear what everyone's thinking too.
Is there a way to know where he is?
I don't want to sound rude, but if I knew that, then I would find him.
I knew if you knew where he was, but is there... I was hoping for maybe some other way that we could find where he is.
Archie steps forward, and she's gonna gonna come up to Lamona.
Yeah, she's
And, like,
she's actually going to
so-
come to you, like, as she knows that you're about to come
Oh.
forward. She sort of steps up here and she comes up around you and sort of like within the trees as well. She's just this perfect image of everything you ever hoped for in a unicorn.
I reach my hand out to sort of touch the point of a horn, and just sort of place my finger there, and I look her in the eyes. You see my eyes?
Yes.
Dryad eyes.
Beautiful.
Nothing gets past. Thank you. Nothing gets past them. I have dryad eyes, and if he is your tree, then no harm shall come to him.
You're what? Tree?
Like the metaphor of a dryad protects
Oh,
a tree.
yes,
Come on.
yeah, okay, right, okay. Sorry, I didn't understand. Yeah. She says,
Well, I wouldn't want you to be getting into danger. However, I'm starting to wonder who's going to help. If Zybilna has been imprisoned inside her own castle, that's just unthinkable. The power must be immense.
she again looks off into the distance in a sort of northwest direction. She says,
When Zybilna was here, no one could enter that palace without an invitation. And not only that, you know about her pet. Oh, you're very new, aren't you?
she looks around. Yeah, she looks around at all of you, and she's like,
Well, you're all very new.
yeah, Flopsy and Holland. Even though you have lived in Prismere as children, your memories of Prismere are still quite erratic and gappy. And she says,
Well, you know that she has a pet dragon. It's called a Jabberwock.
The Jabberwock's her pet?
You don't know
well,
much
you know
about...
what Will says.
You don't know much about Zybilna then, do you?
No, not really. Everything I know was kind of told to me by Will. And you know how he is with the truth.
What would Aerith know about the Jabberwock?
at this point, nothing. Like, it's new to you. Like, you don't know much about Zybilna anyway, as many people who have her as a patron don't really know much about her, apart from the fact that she's an archfey and you can get power from her. But about her sort of personal life and doings, pets and things like that, are things that she holds dear to her, you don't really know that much. She's actually quite elusive.
Well, she was vain and deceitful at times, but her magic did keep Prismere safe, as well as the dragon. I mean, he did try and fly over here rather often, but my magic kept him out. I advise you that you avoid the Jabberwock. For once it sets its fiery eyes on its prey, it rarely gives up its hunt.
Well, then let's pray it's never our predator. Right, guys?
Yes, do you know if there's any way we could be seen as friends rather than prey? Is there anything it doesn't immediately try to kill?
Zybilna, I suppose.
Well, if Zybilna
Well-
is indisposed, then it is not in control, is it?
You must be, like, racked with emotions.
Are you... She looks all at you, very confused. Are you going to attempt to go to the palace? Is that what this is? You're trying to free her?
We're trying to do whatever we can to set this right.
She looks really concerned for you all. And as she's looking really concerned, Archie, in a flash you see out of sort of the corner of your eye behind Lamona, a cloaked figure springs up from the forest, the trees, and with blades flashing, and jumps on Lamona, slashing at her. Under the assassin's cowl, you see a wide and toothy smile. And that is where we're going to leave tonight's session.
Fuck.
Dearie me.
Guys, wow, thank you for watching Wild Beyond the Witchlight,
For God's sake.
the Wayward Pool. You can, if you haven't watched this video, you can see it on YouTube. Although if you haven't watched it, you probably are watching it on YouTube, and this is a pointless thing. But you can find all of our videos on YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Jeez Louise.
And make sure you ring that bell for the notifications. And an Easter egg for today.
I love how you get in straight away as well. No time for anything else, just straight away. Straight into it.
Lamona, unicorner. Oh, Lamona, how beautiful is your horner.
Well, thanks for listening. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.